Fellas, welcome to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are here for a scholar's guide. I'm doing something different for you players out there that if you're joining Destiny for the first time, returning to Destiny, or you just been playing casual, this is more for you. Veterans out there, you're probably not going to learn anything, but today we're going to check out a video about lost sectors. I know that's interesting. Don't usually do these kind of videos, but someone asked, like, hey, can you help? So we're going to look at the Blooming Deep Lost Sector. We have Shields of Arc Solar. The threat is Arc, Overload, and Unstoppable, Epitaph, and Shaft. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the build. We're going to jump into the actual gameplay. We're going to be rocking out Rake Angle. We're going to be using a Glaive for Unstoppable Champions. This one's easy to get. You go to Zavala, and just by doing the Nightfall, if you come over here, I'll just show you. I'm taking time to show you in detail. I'm not going to be able to do every character unless it's on rotation. So I'll do every character eventually. But you come over here, and it is part of the Nightfall rotation, and it will cost you 5 engrams. Yes, you're going to have to grind for it. Yes, you're going to have to focus up and get this. You could insert this for something else, like Tanasha's, but Shield Clip is great for Unstop, but I would rather be able to use a Glaive to immediately hit an Unstop target. You can also put a fusion rifle like Scatter Signal, which is harder to get. There's also the Crucible, which one's probably a little easier to get unless you don't like playing PvP. Again, PvE. But if you go over here to focus your targets, you get Riptide. It also will work with the Unstoppable mod currently this episode. And if you get Chill Clip, but the main thing is just getting the ability to stop champions. Now, continuing on, we're using the Seasons LMG, which is very easy to get. Just play Heresy. If you're playing for free, just swap this out for another LMG. I like Watchful Eye because it not only does it deal with overloads naturally, but it also now with the artifact mod also deals with it with the artifact mod. But specifically, since this is free, well, it's not free, but since it's part of this episode, and you're probably looking at what these episodes, we're going to use Jolting Feedback with Watchful Eye. Again, you can insert, there's the Stasis one that's currently, let's see, I think I dumped one. If you can do raids, there's the, I'm trying to look at for the easy peasy ones, the one that you don't even have to put a lot of thought into. And that's why I recommend just getting the seasonal one, because it's very easy to get. Everything else is like raids or something that's sunset that you have to really kind of go digging for. There's the dungeon stuff. So overall, if you still have seasonal stuff, you got echoes, the final shape, Iron Banner, even Iron Banner using Archon's Thunder, which is free. Focus that for Iron Banner, which is going on currently right now. And then the world drop, you know, the free 600 aggressive frame. I know my mic is peaking. I don't know why. But yeah, one for all, like you could rock this. But for just the fact, I'm just going to assume you have Heresy. You're wanting to do this as free as possible without having raids or dungeons. The next one is going to be the Monarch, the Lemon, which naturally deals with overloads. If you're wanting to know how you get your hands on it, if you don't have it, you come over here to the Forsaken Exotics. It will cost you 1 Exotic Cipher and 125 Glimmer. Yes, you're going to have to work for it. The best way to get Exotic Ciphers is to literally either level... It's probably Xur. Just doing the Xur quest every Friday, you know, or pick it up, do a bunch of Vanguard runs or Crucible runs, get your free Cipher. And Limonarch is very much worth it, especially on Titan, because we are going to be rocking Hazardous Propulsion. You've probably seen this arc build for quite some time. You just come over to my man. See, I already got one right now by leveling it up at Master Royale. That's one way to get a free, you know, a free Cipher. Then you can come over and you can either outright spend an exotic engram with 60 and then 2 Ascent shards. But if you have nothing and you're like, hey, I don't have money, just have an exotic engram and a Cypher, and boom, you could just pop it out. But you have to level up 1 time. So there's a lot of things that you have to work for. But do you need this exotic? No, you could go bare naked. You could literally go bare naked or insert anything else. It's a nice flavor. It's not necessary for the build. We're going to use Rally Barricade and then obviously Storm's Keep. Everything else is optional. I like having flashbangs for, again, Unstoppables, Thunderclap. We have Spark Resistance, Spark of Ions, Spark of Beacons, and Discharge. I know we're spending a lot of time on the stuff up front because we're going to jump right into the actual thing. Here's the artifact mods, things that you should look at. Void Flux. Maligned Harvest and Volatile Rounds. We could take gold from lead. That's fine. Let's turn Flash over to do more damage. And we're going to jump in and we're going to see what this loss. All right, here we are in the blooming. We're going to click on this step. I'm going to do master. Again, if you're just wanting to do expert, it's going to be a lot easier. But I'm going to show you on master, which pretty much will cover everything. This is an entirely different kind of guide, scholar's guide. I don't know, as we go and I get feedback from people, I can, you know, try to condense and make the video better. Overall, this is just me dipping my toes, just see if people like it, people don't want it. Overall, we're going to start off. Everything in this room is going to be void. You're going to summon an Unstop. I know that because I farmed this for a quest. So I would go ahead and get rid of all the small trash and then aim it, try to get a stun on the side, and then I would just go ahead and pull an LMG or whatever to just do damage and then back up. Watch out. You don't want the stupid thing to hit you. Yeah, there you go. These guys are a little tricky. So you just use your heavy. It's okay. And just keep chipping at it. The problem I have is that they have their shield up almost the entire time. And that's what I said. Shield clips can work because if you get a freeze and then they shatter, it will stun them. But I wouldn't put all your bacon on it. I'm going to take my time. I'm not speedrunning because, again, if you're a veteran, you probably already know the best way to speedrun this. This is for more your casuals, your new players, and your returning players who maybe have not done it. Because I know I've seen people talk about how, you know, some content is harder for other people. And so I'm trying to take this into a, you know, more friendly approach. We're just going to go up here. We're going to take our time. Again, if you're just trying to get your completion done, or you're trying to get, you know, farm exotic engrams, or maybe their specific weapon. All right, we're going to go ahead and finish. Okay, nice. That's why I like using the glaive. No bell is also pretty good here, if I remember checking. Yeah, no bell. You could use the melee, but I'm going to try to play a lot more passive for a lot of people who may not be as confident, especially if you're a new player. You're not going to be as confident. I'm going to throw a flash grenade, which is going to flash everything, which then allows me to go ahead and just do this. Yeah. Okay. We're loaded. Again, I can be a lot more aggressive, but I'm trying to think of, like, if I'm a new player or returning player or someone who's just a casual. You know, you're not going to be as aggressive because you haven't got as comfortable with the game. So we're just going to take our time. With these guys, you can literally just use your glaive or whatever to slow and get that easy kill. I would also do the same up here because you're going to have these guys here. The stupid dread guys are really annoying, so I would just sit there and block them. I'm just going to go ahead and glaive these guys. Okay, and then you can just pretty much glaive this to death. Or you could shoot it too, but I'm just gonna take the easy way of just not having to put effort into it. All right. Now, if you notice, if you're rocking hazard propulsion, I'll show you why it's nice to have. I'm just gonna pop it real quick. Boop. You shoot out rockets, but that's not the main reason. We're using it for Storm's Keep. And this is why the Monarch is really good against overloads, because it's just consistent. Yeah, it's just free. Okay, so we're going to play safe. I'm going to try to get melee off. You can use this tree as cover. if you're trying to like play really safe. Be careful of the little balls. Okay, they have arc shield, so we're just gonna go ahead and pop that. And then our artifact is giving us volatile rounds, which is gonna help with ad clear. Okay. As I said, I'm taking my time. This is not like a speed run. This is a play-by-play. Two of these guys are gonna spawn. Again, sniper. It's gonna take a minute. You're gonna be able to speed run. You're gonna be optimize your builds and feel really confident. Now there's a bunch of dudes here. I just gonna put a barricade back here. I'm gonna use propulsion, and then I'm just gonna literally ad clear using storm and lemon arc. Like there's no reason to get up in that business. Thanks to the artifact mod, we're creating a bunch of volatile rounds using the lemon arc, which is pretty juiced. We're just feeling safe right now. We're taking it easy. We're not risking anything. Okay, we do want that the unstoppable to come up here, but I'm not worried about him right now. I'm worried about the stupid smaller trash, like the big boy, the Omen. He is very annoying, so we definitely want to focus our attention on him. You could pull out heavy, but I'm just going to show you just in case you don't have a good LMG. Lemon Arc can pretty much carry this whole Grandmaster, this whole Master Lost Sector, just like this. And we're gonna throw this, just because, and I'm gonna go for a super. I'm gonna go for a just easy. Ooh, you could say I got very aggressive. I would not advise you do that unless there's not much anything else left. So we're gonna ad clear the rest. Okay. That's why I like having this. We're gonna drop this again. Okay. We're probably gonna have to get closer, so once you get that top up, you're pretty much good. Here we go. We're just gonna lay in. That's why I like saving heavy for more of the champions than anything. Okay. We got the shield. Why I'm shielding is because it's 97% DR, so just use it. Let's pick up all our special and heavy. We're good. Okay. Again, taking your time. It's all about being confident and safe. Like, you don't have to be aggressive. If you're just trying to get a clear, focus on the targets. Like, you could stun the champion and then take out all the other trash and then return to the champion. Champions don't need to be killed immediately. You can make sure that you're safe. And then once you get to a position, you can kind of flick shot everything and use this rock. And then I'm just going to use propulsion to kind of escalate things. There you go. That's why I like it. If you use it appropriately, it can be really good for that. Okay. So a couple things here. There's going to be a champion there. There's going to be the flying dreads, an eyeball, but there's also snipers in the back that are hidden by the tree. So we're going to want to be careful. Unfortunately, there we go. You can kind of see them and kill. I got two of the Grim dead. So I'm going to work on getting rid of him so I can move up. The priority here, if you have a glaive, which I would say try to spawn in some stuff, but I'm just gonna, yep, we need to get rid of the snipers because that's what's the threat here. The two vandals are what's threats here. Absolutely gonna just, and I'm gonna use the shield to kind of protect me a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna drop that to do some damage. He blocked it, which is, oh no, he took damage. Nice. Go for another stun. Unload with the LMG again. There we go. All right. I think there is another sniper, but again, that's why I like using a glaive for this specifically. Since it's unstopped, you can kind of shield and mitigate as much damage as possible. Again, let me know in the comments how you like. Do you like me going step by step and explaining things? Do you like me explaining what my reasoning and what to do? Like, this is meant for the people who really need it. So honestly, your opinions matter to me more than like a veteran, because the veterans don't need me to explain how to do this. All right, so I'm just gonna go in and try to get rid of the blights, you can also just do this. Yeah. Be careful. When you feel a little low, back out. There's no reason to rush here. You can get knockout activated so you can get some healing. And you can just keep going with that. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just use my glaive to kill things. So here's the thing. You can kind of play safe in the back. I would be careful about the fire. Get rid of all the trash ads should be your... Now, I'm gonna rotate. Like, he's fine. He's a big boy, but he's not going to kill us. Okay. If you go back here before she gets back here, you can actually get in her little domain. I've done it accidentally. It's not intentional. So what we're really going to do is we're just going to focus on using the stump. Because I'm trying to think about if I'm a new player and I'm not as confident. Just sit by the stump and kind of wiggle the boss. Don't use your super. Don't worry about now. We're going to use the super later. All right, so now she's moving. So now you can rotate. We're going to rotate around. Use this kind of as your safe zone. There's going to be an overload over here. That's fine. We're just going to nuke it. Just use the rock or the stump, whatever it is, to kind of like crouch and hide. Just like that. All right, now that we have that, she's kind of distracting everything. We're going to work on just making sure that we have a safe, approach. We're killing everything that can kind of stop us. Okay. So we're going to kill these guys. We're just going to take it nice and easy. No, don't feel, if you feel uncomfortable, just take your time. So we're going to jump right in. Again, I'm going to pull out the glaive. You can also just melee. We have Spark of Resistance activated. There we go. And I'm just going to use heavy to kind of get rid of this real quick. And then I'm going not back over there. We're just going to rotate back to our rock. Everything's loaded. All right, I'm just going to bait the fire, get some chip damage. If you position it kind of around the corner, you can kind of peek shot like this. And you'll get like electric shots in. Okay. I would immediately just play it safe. There's no reason to risk it. Just rotate around. You have champion, you have a bunch of trash ads. Just come back here in the little corner. We're going to do this. And then just go for a super if you can to kill this unstoppable. And you're going to kill a bunch of trash ads. There is still another champion, but that's okay. We're taking it easy right now. Now, you're fine here. Even if she does this, you're not trapped. And you can actually come in and out. And she actually puts like a healing rift. Don't think you can take advantage of. All right, so you can't shoot anything. I would not kill him just yet unless you don't care about getting plat. But we kind of just did what we wanted, which clear out some of the ads. The other champion, since it's just one, is not that big of a deal. Okay. I'm just going to use glaive to kind of speed kill them. Now, here's the deal. We're just going to go ahead and kill this thing so I can have free roam to deal with the champion. We're trying to bait the champion. You can use your shield. Okay. And then just keep baiting the champion. He will come to you. Don't worry. We do have our shield. I said he's going to come to you, but he's decided to play. He's a little scared. There it is. All right. Champion's dead. All that stuff is the boss. Use your heavy, whatever you want. And there you go. 13-minute run. And it should be flawless. A flawless run. There it is.
The sky greets you.
Solo master flawless. In 13 minutes, and we took our time where you could be more aggressive. More aggressive, and we used Nightfall. Again, it doesn't have to be adept. You can use the base rake angle. You don't even need to have any of this, honestly. You could also, here's another thing, the seasonal glaive.
takes is one person making
You could use refusal of the call for unstop as well, and it's just whatever you want to use.
Perhaps there will never be peace under
But I find that most people do like rake angle for chill clip, and it does have some nice capability to deal with overloads as well, like overload. All three of these deal with overload, and this also deals with unstoppable, so it gives you a lot of flexibility with what you want to use.
with conflict. The sword was a lie.
I'm just abandoning the activity so I can just not hear them talk. I don't care about your discussion. But yeah, that's it. It's a pretty easy, and I say easy. Obviously, it was easy for me. I hope I took the time to show you guys how to do an easy solo flawless. Again, I like Watch Fly, but if you don't have Heresy, you can insert this with, again, Refusal to Call. You can use it from Heresy. You can use Watchful Eye, but Rake Angle, I believe, is free. You don't have to buy anything to get access to it. I think Grandmasters you do. Maybe I'm wrong. I know Grandmasters you do have to have like the final shape. But like I said, you could also use you can use a fusion rifle like the PvP Riptide. That one is 100% free to play. You don't have to buy anything. The Monarch, you have to use the exotic cipher. I don't know if you need to buy. I'm pretty sure in order to have access, you have to buy the Forsaken Pass bullcrap. Someone in the comments will let me know. Again, I'm doing a lot of explanation because I'm trying to like hit everything. Again, this is more of just a test run to see what people think. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you like the breakdown? I know some people are gonna be like, but what about the other classes? And I think in the future, I will probably do like a pass, like on the rotator. Every rotation, I'll do a different character, and I'll be like Titan, Warlock, Hunter, and that way throughout the season, I'm giving you guys like videos for each one. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I know not everyone has a Titan. Not everyone's gonna have a Hunter. Not everyone's gonna have a Warlock. It's just a lot to try to fit in without being like a 40-minute video. Maybe there'll be like a way for me to showcase a different build and just show you a little bit of the gameplay, and then I could swap back to the main character that I'm using, and then, you know, I'll show a little bit of Hunter, a little bit of Warlock, a little bit of Titan, just to show you the kit and how to feel about it. But overall, I think most of it is most of it's going to be in the guns. And that's kind of what I want to emphasize, is the focus on the guns. Obviously the super, and then the, you know, using Storm's Keep was kind of the key for Titan, but you don't need it in order to be functional. Like the weapons kind of do most of the work, and that's kind of what I want to focus on. I could have gone in there and used Prismatic and just slammed and killed everything, but I want Striker class is free, and I wanted to focus on the free stuff that anyone could use. Again, we're rambling at the end. I'm just putting my thoughts out there for this. This is my first time doing a guide, and I'm just testing the waters. So I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. This has been our Scholar's Guide for our Blooming Lost Sector. It's been, I don't think I've ran the Blooming Deep before, but here we are in the Pale Heart, the Blooming Deep. As always, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more. As always, Gimel.